Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Beltane or Beltane ritual. So today I'm going to just be sharing with you, moving through a ritual for the changing of the seasons. For Beltane, we are moving from the Spring Equinox to the Summer Solstice, and this is the cross-quarter day that we are in the height of spring, in the mid-spring. So here we are in the height of spring, coming into summer. It aligns with our menstrual cycle as the crossover day between our inner spring and our inner summer. So it is that beginning of the summer energy for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. So we are going to be making smoke wands today. I'm going to be sharing with you how I make mine, and so I have brought some cedar branches that I gathered from a local park. I love getting all of my materials from the land that I live on, and currently being on the west coast of Canada, these are very abundant. So I have some cedars branches here, lots of them, to make the bulk of the wand. Then I also right by my house, I found some lemon balm. So I have some lemon balm leaves that I will be they smell wonderful. I will be placing them in the smoke wand as well as I have a few flowers that I found and some rose petals. So you can also use things like pine needles, although they burn really quickly, so you have to be very diligent in using those. You can use juniper, as cedar, mugwort, lavender. All of those things are really good for smoke wands. And then to bind it all together, I have this is 100% cotton, just a natural string. You don't want any synthetics or polyesters or anything. If you have an all natural string, mine is cotton. You can also use jute or burlap. You can also make your own string from if you have some things like dried grass and things like that. And then obviously a pair of scissors to cut the string, and then my lighter, which I will use to light it for at the end of our ritual. So if you have all of your stuff gathered, you can make a wand with me today. So just going to start by doing a short grounding meditation and a little bit of movement to get in our bodies and remember the physical space we are in. I know a lot of us are probably spending a lot of times on our computers over the past few weeks, and so remembering that we are, physically in a 3D space as well, and the space that our body takes up. Let's start with just a little bit of movement. And if you want to stand up, you are welcome to stand up and do that as well. I'm going to stay seated so I can keep videoing and recording this. But so we're just going to start by take your shoulders and pull them up towards your ears, and then let them relax down. Just do this a few times, up and down. Up. If you want to add your breath, you can do inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then just shake them out. Whatever movement feels good for your shoulders, whether it's forwards and back, up and down, around in circles. And then allow this movement just to flow out into the arms, and just shake the arms out. As you just we're just relieving any stress or tension we may have in our bodies, letting it go so that we're able to be more present and grounded throughout the rest of the ritual. And we're going to do a little breath work with our arms. So we're just going to lift our arms up as we inhale and let them fall as you exhale. Inhale and fall, exhale. If we do this slowly on the inhale, very gently and slowly, and then quick, just let it all out on the exhale. Inhale and quick on the exhale. All right. And if you're standing or sitting, you can take it down to your legs too. Just shake your legs out. Get them all loose. So there's anything you're holding, if you need to move your neck around, let your neck move around, anything it's holding. Yeah. And then you could just bring your hands together, feeling yourself just in this physical space. Your hands, warm them up, getting some energy gathered. And you can touch yourself, touch your arms, chest, the rest of your body, your legs, just feeling yourself in the space. If there's a particular spot in your body that feels tense or tender, you can spend a little more time on that space. Just whatever you need to do to feel comfortable. And then to come into a stillness. So anything else you need to do before coming into a stillness. And once you find your stillness, you can go ahead and close your eyes. And just connect with your breath. Feel the cool air as it moves in through your nose. And the warm air leaving as you exhale. Allow the breath to move down to your lower belly. Allow the belly to expand. And exhale, releasing. Imagine the breath is going down deep into the belly, into the womb space as it is massaging your womb, massaging the root that is your womb. And then feel the connection with the seat you are on or the ground below your feet. How are you connected to the earth right now? Wherever you feel that connection, imagine the earth is rising up to kiss you, to kiss your feet, to kiss where you are seated. And then the earth opens and welcomes you to grow roots. As the roots begin to grow, their journey down deep into the earth. And as they expand, grow in all directions, you feel rooted and grounded. And this energy that is coming from the roots, from the earth, is now flowing up into your body. The nourishment is flowing from the earth into your body, through your legs, into your womb space, into your core, to your heart, out through to your arms, flowing up into your throat and into your head. And as this energy continues to flow from the earth into our body, we begin to see little buds, flowering buds from the spring. They are blossoming. We see them popping up all over our body. You may see one on your womb space, one at your heart, one at your throat, one in your head. Just observe where these flowers are located on your body. What color or colors are they? Do they have a smell? How does it feel to know that your body is deeply rooted in the earth and nourished to bloom and blossom into beautiful flowers? Allow this feeling just to integrate and flow through your entire being. The joy of being a flowering tree. And when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open, coming back into your physical space. And if you need to, orient yourself again into the space you are in. And maybe, touch your body again just to, feel that space, the space of your body that it is taking. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about Beltane and some of the history behind it, so that we can, have this connection with this celebration that many of our ancestors from European Celtic traditions would have been celebrating in the pre-Christian history. And Beltane comes from a Celtic word, Bel or Bel, which means the bright one. And this festival is known as a fire festival. And we know that farmers in these ancient times were getting ready to move their cattle from the winter storehouses where they would have been out into grazing on the lands. And in this process, they built big bonfires and walked the cattle's through these huge bonfires. This is a sign of protection and fertility for the cattle. And this festival became known as one of union between God and goddess, and then became known as this sexuality, the sexual ritual for people. And in this union of people in the act of sex, usually doing it outdoors, it was a symbolism of a union between the god and goddess. And so this is also known as a very high fertility festival. And so these themes of fire, protection, fertility, all happening at Beltane in this time of the height of spring, moving into our summer energy. And we know a lot of these also lining up with our menstrual cycle as the time our ovulation is growing more and more each day, leading up to our estrogen. Our estrogen is growing more and more each day, leading up to the day of ovulation, which coincides with summer solstice. But as this energy, this is our sensual energy growing, and our want and need to be in union with others, whether that is, friends or lovers or what have you. I think it's also important to remember that these days, so while the equinoxes and the solstices are, an astrological phenomena that are happening in the world on a set time each year, you can pinpoint exactly when those things are happening. These cross-quarter days, which Beltane is one of them, it does not have a set time. It's been traditionally known to be celebrated through the bonfires lit through the night of April 30th into the next day, May 1st, being May Day Beltane. But I like to think of this as a celebration of a season and not of a day. And so the celebration of the Beltane season, the season where, we have planted our seeds. We planted our seeds in Imbolc and in Ostara, the Spring Equinox. We were tending and planting them. And now at Beltane, the seedlings are beginning to sprout. They are beginning to show themselves and be seen. And while it's still a very, small and tender and vulnerable seedling, so we still need lots of protection around them, but that is sort of the energy of the season. So we can bring this into more, daily rituals and practices that happen over a longer period of time. It doesn't have to just happen right now in this day on April 30th or May 1st. So I say let's go forward and let's make our smoke wands. And I chose a smoke wand to as a few symbols. One being the abundance of the earth at this time, the height of spring. Things are blossoming and blooming, so using our flowers and our herbs that we have together to make something connects with that. And also then the act of it being a fire festival and using our smoke wand and the fire energy as a way to protect ourselves and yeah, that fire energy that's growing within us as we are leading up to that full fire summer energy. So yeah, we can connect our smoke wands with that energy. So with that being said, if you have your things, you can gather them with me. I have my cedar branches here. And what I do with my cedar branches, I gather the longest ones first and line them all up so that the stems are all together. You want a good thick bottom. And then the smaller ones, I have a few little smaller ones, I put them on the top so they don't line up on the bottom. You can see this branch ends here. So they don't line up on the bottom, but I line them up on the top or in throughout so that you have more of a consistent thickness from the bottom up into the top. So if you have your things, gather them like that so that they are all together. And to begin with, you're just gonna whatever you're using as the base, as the foundation of your smoke wand, you're going to start with that. And so if you have your thread, what I do with my thread, I don't knot it, I hold it. So I hold it on, and as I'm wrapping around, I cross over. I cross over an edge so that becomes the knot. I keep crossing over it, see? So it's like that. All right, and if I have a few extra ones, I'm gonna hold that down. And so on the bottom, you want a pretty strong, so I usually wrap it around quite a few times on the bottom, just to make sure I have a strong base. And once you get down to the end of the smoke wand, you're not going to be burning the end. You'll probably end up disposing of it by the time it reaches the bottom there. Okay. So once I have my bottom set and ready to go. Don't cut so I still have it connected to my string there. So I'm just going to keep going with the one string the whole way. And then I'm going to gather some of my my lemon balm leaves, and I'm going to place them throughout. Whatever other herbs, there's like many different herbs you can use. Things like cinnamon, you can use cinnamon herbs. The sticks, I mean cinnamon sticks. And different things like that. All right. And then you can also add these along the way. I'm gonna put my flower on the bottom. This beautiful yellow flower. I'm not sure what it is. It might be a black-eyed Susan. So it's got, I'm gonna put it on the bottom. And then use my all right. So what I do is I move up. I don't know if you can see, I space my string about a ½ inch from one another. And then you want to hold, you're going to come back down through again, so you'll get another chance to wrap the things that are sticking out. All right, so then as you're going up, if you want, see here I have a lemon balm leaf. If you want it, then you can just stick it in where you want it, and then you do another wrap so that it goes over top of it. You grabbed my lemon balm leaf there. And then if I want another one here, I'm going to put one there. Wrap it. It's a little bit trickier whenever you have a lot of different leaves and things. Oh, the lemon balm smells so good. Right, that's Alright, keep adding some more lemon balm. It's gonna smell great whenever I finally burn it. Have that lemon smell. Alright. So as you can see, spread out the string and go up as I'll go up to about here, leave the top open, and then go back down, and then you're going to cross over all of the strings you had before. As you see, making a cross, so I'm going down. Continuing to cross. All right, so I'm getting down towards the end. All right, and I am at the end now. There we go. Let's see, I got my flower on the bottom. I got my lemon balm leaves in there. I'm really happy with this. I do have quite a big gap here. You can move the strings around and such. Yeah, but pretty pleased with how this one turned out. I can show you some of my earlier ones as well, but I'm gonna get down to the end. So I have the end here. I also don't tie any knots on the end either. So what I usually do is I wrap them into the branches here. So I will see if I can show you. So I take it here and I wrap it into one of the branches. You're welcome to do this any way you see fit. Down into the branches and through. And then I will cut the string. And I will wrap it underneath one of the other strings. I will lift it in and pull it through. It's helpful that I have quite long nails at the moment. So I did it once, I'm going to do it again just to make sure it gets in there. There we go. And it is all tied together there. And if you want to, just to make it, if you want it just to look nice, you can, I'm going to cut off some of the extras they're hanging off, and especially also because you don't want to, when you get down here, and if there's like extras hanging off, you don't want the fire to go a little bit crazy. So just cutting off some of the excess. I think it's pretty simple. And I also had a question from somebody ask me, why I call it a smoke wand. If I know probably a lot of you have heard them, called smudge sticks, things like that. I choose not to use that word because it is, it comes from the native cultures of Turtle Island, possibly other places in South America. I'm not sure about places in the Aboriginals in Australia or New Zealand as such, but I choose not to use the word smudge because of that. That's not my culture. And so this tradition has been used in Indigenous European culture. And so actually making one of these is not appropriating from others' culture, but we want to be cautious of the languages that we use. And so calling it a smoke wand just resonates a lot better for me and the connection I have with my ancestors in European culture, and knowing that they also had smoke wands and used it as part of their traditions. So there we go. I cut off the extra edges. Here's my beautiful smoke wand, which I will be using in just a second. Clean up stuff aside. All right, so you might be wondering what to do with this if you've never used a smoke wand. So we know that smoke can be used for protection, for purification, for like cleansing a lot of our energy that we may be holding. And so what we're going to do, let's see, I've got my lighter here. I'm going to light the end. If you have yours, you can light yours with me. And some of them crack a lot, especially if they're not quite dry. This one might not be quite dry yet. Just gathered them today, so I might have to use my other one while I let that one dry a little bit. This is one of my previous ones that I had made, and it's quite dry, and as you can see, it's a lot of the leaves have turned yellow or brown, but it smokes really well. So you want to make sure that you have everything dried. It's much easier to get the fire and the smoke when it's dry. It does take a little bit. I see the smoke starting now. I can smell it. There you go. So what we can do is, first thing I always do is I take the smoke and I brush it over my head, over your shoulders, and then anywhere on your body, if you just want to go ahead and cleansing, purifying, protecting your body, I like to wave the smoke under my feet, especially, and usually I go around in a circle so that I get it behind my back as well, and however you want to do that. So that is your smoke wand. And if you can make it more elaborate, you can do it as a part of a ritual where you smoke yourself first, and then you go into another part of your ritual. And I thought today, as this is Beltane and celebrating of our fertility and the abundance, that we can really just share a gratitude. So if you just want to place your hands on your heart, welcome to close your eyes or keep them open and just connect with that part of yourself that is just thankful to be alive, thankful to be here in this present moment, thankful to be in your body, and thankful to be in connection with others around the world, no matter how near or far. Once you feel connected to that energy of gratitude, just allow your own individual gratitudes to come forth, and feel free to share them out loud, to make them known so that they wash over you. Just let all those things you're grateful for imprint on your body, on your heart, so that you can cherish them and hold them, carry them forward, and know that that energy is available to you at any time that you need it. Yeah. And the last thing I wanted to do, which I always do to end my circle gatherings, are to choose a card. And the card deck that came forward through me is this the animal deck from the Wild Unknown, which I haven't used for a long time now, but it felt that connection with fertility and the animal world that is growing and breeding at this time of year. Just wanted to be coming through. So I'm just going to pick a card for the collective, for anybody who is watching this that just wants to connect with the collective energy of this season, and what animal energy is coming through for all of us. I usually like to shuffle until a card falls out, so I'm just going to keep going. Energy is for all of us as a collective this Beltane season. Height of spring moving into summer. There we got one. Oh, that's pretty appropriate. We got the cheetah. Cheetah energy, and this is a fire energy. This deck is split up into the 4 elements, and this is one of the fire cards. And yeah, the cheetah, ready to run fast, ready to get things started and going, and I look at this picture and it looks like, very intent. You can see the cheetah's eyes, very intent and focused on what it is after, and it has already started moving. So, yeah, we can use this energy to really focus on what we are wanting in our lives, what is coming, and then taking actual steps to reaching that. Um, Reaching that, remembering our intentions that we have set earlier in the year, and actually making action to see those fulfilled and manifested, um, coming up in the summer season. So yeah, I just thank you all for watching this and gathering with me, and I can just I feel you all in spirit and energy, and I am sending all of my love to you, and I would love to hear what you are doing for Beltane, what it means for you, and yeah, anything that you would like to share around this ritual and how you are using it to really just feel grateful and move forward in your life. So sending you all the love and hope to see you again soon.